What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing excellent and taking care of yourselves. Thank you for joining today. We have a great show today. It's really interesting. It's kind of like one of these urban legends that I've never even heard of before. It's called the This Man Theory, and it actually has its own website, and it has a whole dedicated community across the world of people who state that they see this man, specific man, in their dreams. So we're going to get into it. First, I wanted to say that I'm intending on recording video podcasts as well as audio. The videos have not been syncing correctly sometimes, so if it's an audio version, I apologize. I will try to rectify the situation, but we are doing the best we can and still recording the audios and posting them up. So today we're doing video again. Hopefully it syncs correctly. So hey guys, thanks again. Let's get into it. So what is this very bizarre story? Well, let's check it out. Let's pull her up on the old Googles, on the internets. So, and before I begin, actually, let's introduce everybody on the dais, shall we? We've got Mr. Alien helping us out. See, he's showing us what we can't see with the light. It's kind of like the, oh gosh, what was the movie, where he puts on the glasses and he can see everything, all the alien crap, Roddy Piper. My brain is just not working today. See, if I put this over the screen, if I put the alien over the screen, you can almost see the Lockdown Universe logo. The light is just having a problem concentrating it. See, it's there. You just can't. It's like you gotta put magic over it. Anyway, okay. Got our cast of characters. Got the crazy Hello Kitty there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the Zen Bigfoot here. We got crazy alien dog over here. Let's get a nice close shot there. There we go. And of course we got a baby alien right here. Baby alien, say hello. Okay, very good, very good. All right, so what do we got today? We got This Man Theory. So I'm going to start off with facts, and then we'll get into theories, and then we will get into some of the polls and thank yous. So big shout out to a few fans that I've been talking to on the voicemails and on the Facebook Messenger. Love talking to you guys. If you guys have any ideas for podcasts, feel free to let me know. I'll do one. You know, if it's a good enough topic, we'll do it. So let me know what you think. Hit me up on Facebook on Lockdown Universe. Hit me up on Anchor in the voicemail section. You can do a few ways. So this story states that in January of 2006 in New York, a patient of a well-known psychiatrist draws the face of a man that has been repeatedly appearing in dreams. And this is more than one occasion. Okay, this is many people, but in more than one occasion, that man has given her advice on her private life. It's almost like a guardian angel or something. The woman swears she has never met the man in her life, and this portrait just lay forgotten on the psychiatrist's desk for a few days until one day another patient recognizes that same face and says that man has shown up in his dreams. Fantastically enough. He also claims that he's never seen this man in real life. So you have this man that's appearing in your dreams repeatedly. You have two people now in your office stating this, and they've never seen him in real life, but he's appearing in dreams, giving them advice. The psychiatrist decides to send this portrait to some of his colleagues and have patients with recurrent dreams maybe take a look at this man and see if they recognize him. Within a few months, 4 patients recognized the man as a frequent presence in their own dreams, and they refer to this individual as this man. From January 2006 until today, at least 8,000 people have claimed that they have seen this man in their dreams in many cities all over the world. They started to make a website about this man called thisman.org, and they published his photo of folks that drew out his picture and posted it. Now, it's not just one person that's drawn his picture. It's multiple people. You can take a look at the different pictures. We're going to pull them up. And they've been posted on, like, telephone poles for people to take a look at and say if they actually saw this guy. So these are posted up in Los Angeles, Berlin, Sao Paulo, Tehran, Beijing, Rome, Barcelona, Stockholm, Paris, New Delhi, and Moscow. At the moment, none of these people have a common trait. All of these people are different, come from different areas of the world. But they've all dreamed of seeing this exact man. Moreover, no living man has ever been recognized as being this individual within the dreams. So it's very bizarre. So the aim of the website, they state, is to help those who have seen this man in their dreams and to foster communication among the people. They actually have social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so people can communicate. They can also post here as well. They can upload their portraits that they've seen, drawn about this man and put it up there. They have fan art. They can post theories, all kinds of information. And the other goal is to understand who this man is and why he actually appears in the dreams. Apparently, there's a patternless array of situations in dreams with which they see him. Sometimes he gives them information about what's to come, like a warning. Sometimes it's just pure encouragement, like, hey, you're doing a good job, keep up the good work. Sometimes they're actually having sex with them. So let's get into some of these reports, and we can tell you a little bit more about it. So one person states that they've had recurrent sex with him, that he was a man. He stated he never had homosexual tendencies, but he actually felt like he was having relations with this man, and that it was beautiful and wonderful. Another person states that they gave him this man gave them a warning about something that was going to pop up in their life. Another person states, I've always had a dream of flying in the sky over my city and observing my friends from out there. Now, I've had this exact same dream. So this is very interesting, not with the man, but just flying over my city, in my exact city, and then falling into my body, and slamming in. And when I woke up, my whole body jerked up. I want to say it was an astral experience, because why would you just bounce up when in your dream you're falling into your body? It just makes sense, but I've never had enough astral projections to confirm it, but that's what I believe. She states that since I moved to another house, I started meeting this man while flying. So she had these dreams of flying above her city. Then when she moved to another house, she started meeting this man while flying. Not every single time that I've had a dream about flying, but often enough. He flies too, but he never speaks. Okay, so that's interesting. All right, and then another one states that the first time I had a dream about this man, I was having a hard time at work. I had a dream about getting lost in a huge and deserted shopping mall. Suddenly this man appeared and started running. I started running away from him. He chased after me for what seemed like an hour until I found myself against a wall in the kids area of a supermarket. At this point, he just smiled at me, showed me the way out towards the cash desks, and I woke up. Ever since that night, this man has appeared in all of my dreams. All of them? Not all of them? Okay. Ever since that night, this man has appeared in all of my dreams, and he always gives me directions to get out of the dreams and wake up. Interesting. It's almost like this guy is like the opposite Freddy Krueger. He's like the Fred Rogers of dreams. And this is interesting. This story states, I saw this man in my dreams dressed as Santa Claus. When he showed up, I felt so happy, just like when I was a little girl. He smiled at me, and his head became a balloon floating in the air above me. But no matter how hard I tried to catch it, I just couldn't reach it. Very fascinating stuff. Let's keep going. We have... I dreamt of this man in 10th grade. He hasn't been in any reoccurring dreams, just one very memorable and terrifying dream. Okay, let's see what's going on here. In my dream, I was stuck in a room sitting on a stool. A few feet away from me was the television set. I was visited, she states in quotes, by two men I had never seen before. Not this man. They both attacked me. I woke up covered in sweat and tears, and I was screaming. I somehow fell back asleep, then found myself back in the room. I started screaming and crying. Then this man showed up on the screen. I begged him not to harm me. He didn't change his blank expression or speak. Oh, wow. He slit my throat, and I woke up. I suppose he let me out of the nightmare, but I couldn't stop thinking about him for weeks. I still have some sketches I drew of him. I know it's kind of weird. Freddy Krueger-ish? Okay. Yeah, that's the only one I've seen where it's been him actually harming somebody. But let's keep going. There's only a few, and they only have like a few sentences. I dreamt that this was a man in a mirror watching me, saying nothing, and he was wearing glasses. He never moved the entire time. He was like a statue, so still. It's very interesting. It seems like in some of these dreams, he's very still, just kind of watching, and then in other dreams, he's running after the people and just trying to help them out of their dream, ushering them out. It's almost like if there was some sort of entity that was trying to assist these people out of their dreams, that they just present themselves as this man, so that they're, covered up. Just kind of like the reptilians, right? They put on their human disguise, and then we don't know that they're there. One individual states, I have seen this man in 3 completely different dreams. He was slightly different from the picture, but I recognized him immediately. He suddenly appeared and disappeared in the same manner. His message in all 3 dreams was, it's all over. That's the message. It's all over. He repeated this 3 times in each dream. The differences in the picture in my man and the man in my dreams are his hair was a little bit longer and his eyebrows are not as bushy, but other than that, he was identical. I had no fear of him, but I had a lot of questions. So there's a lot of people who've seen this guy. Let's take a picture. Let's pull it up on the screen and show you what he looks like here. Let's pull this over. So he kind of has bushy eyebrows, and pull this over here. He's got bushy eyebrows. Bushy eyebrows. He's a little bit bald in the top, and he's got hair on both sides. He's kind of got like that Son of Sam look to him, but not like a creepy, like murderish kind of way. Just in like a nice way. He's always seems like he's got a smile. It seems like that's the way he always looks. But check this out. Okay, when we evaluate this a little bit more, and we pull up other people's fan art. Sorry, this is a little bit dark. You can see that the fan art is very similar. So, like, it's not even just fan art. It's people who stated that they've seen him, right? So, let's get this going. So, we've got some portraits. Let's pull this up. That's one. And then they have some AI-generated photos of him. That is really glaring here, but we'll give you a shot. So, this is like the AI. Oh, good. So, when I put my finger on that, it works out better. And you can see the rest of these. They look very similar. Not a lot of difference. Very, baldish in the front. Hair on the sides, bushy eyebrows. But, overall, generally a kind-looking man. Not somebody I'd be threatened by, right? Not somebody you'd be threatened by, most likely. Just overall, just an average kind of guy. So let's look at fan art here. And it's interesting when you look at these photos, they're all over the world. Different languages, different people drawing these. I mean, you got one in, what appears to be China. You got one that appears to be in maybe Norway. You've got like a scribbled face. Now, people have even drawn him on their hands in sketchbooks. They've made like some computer generated ones. They've made T-shirts about this guy. Sleep well. I mean, there's a ton of fan art on here. There's even like a second page of just non-stop photos and drawings of this guy. But there isn't a second page. It said there was a second page. Maybe they took them out. But now there's a tab called In This World, and when we click on the tab of In This World, they actually show him in pictures. I should say, what's the right word? Not posters, but when you tack up a piece of paper with his face on it and information about it, kind of like a notice on the telephone poles. They have tons of photos in different languages of this man in different countries. They've got it in New York, Rome, South Korea, so it's multiple languages. They've got it in Austin, Texas, San Francisco, Berlin. In every country, it's not just English, it's in their native language. Cantalupo, they've got it Costa Rica, they've got it in Havana, in Cuba. I mean, somebody, either this is one person propagating this story and just going to all these countries and posting these up, or these are actual people who go on the site, they print out their own picture, and they post them around their country in postable areas, kind of like, on those like big old cork boards that you can post up, bulletin boards about things that are going on in your community. Some people post them in their shop, like in Stockholm. Some people post them on the walls. Some people post them at their businesses. So this is really truly fascinating to me. I think it's one of these stories that are kind of like an urban legend, but people are like really propagating it in a real way. To me, I mean, this whole site has been around since 2006. They continue to update it, but I mean, it's going back to 2006. They even have a news section for any updates. This guy has been on actual media, on actual television shows, not just the internet, but on plenty of shows. If we go to there was one where it was showing all of the shows that this guy was on, appearing on Netflix. This man pops up at 9 minutes and 28 seconds of Lucid Dream, a 2017 South Korean science fiction film. Just in the background. I mean, like, this shit is crazy. There's people who have YouTube channels about this guy. I've never heard of him. I mean, I've heard of Slender Man. He was even in the X-Files. Something odd happens in the second episode of season 11. There's a picture. Is he actually in X-Files too? I'm going to click on this and check this out. It states that something odd happens where Mulder and Scully are sleeping while a concert of the Ramones runs on mute on TV. In the picture of the lone gunman, there's an extra face. It's this man. He's popping up behind them in the photo of the lone gunman. Dude, that is insane. And then he's on the drum kit in the for the Ramones on the television. The bass drum. This is nuts, guys. This dude is everywhere. Am I the only one that hasn't heard about this? This is just nuts. There's a Danish book about this man. He's in manga. They got a manga cover here. People are getting tattoos of this guy. A holy man claimed to be this man, and he doesn't even look like him. So let's go to theories, right? Okay, enough fanboying, right? Let's go to theories. What's going on with what type of theories do we have about this guy? So one theory is that he it could be an archetype theory, like Carl Jung, right? Some archetypal images just show up in your dreams, and everybody has them. That's one theory. Especially when you're going through stressful times in your life, these archetypes pop up. There's a religious theory that states that this image might be the image of the Creator, and God's showing up and manifesting himself in your dream. But I like this next theory, the dream surfer theory. It's the most interesting theory, and it has one of the greatest implications, but it probably has the lowest scientific credibility. According to this theory, this man is a real person who can enter people's dreams by psychological skills. However, some believe this man in real life might look like the man in the dreams, or he might look completely different from his real life counterpart. Some people believe that this man, the person behind this man, has mental conditioning, a mental conditioning plan developed by major corporations. Maybe, but I mean, like, why? Like, there's so many. If it's for a corporation, there's so many ways they can do that. They can just do it through television, ads, radio. You know, it's just like, you don't need all that. So I like this theory. I think there might be a guy out there, you know, hanging out with people in their dreams. There was a lady who was doing she was doing remote viewing and astral projection into some bases in Antarctica that she wasn't supposed to be in, right? And so they have psychic spies that are always monitoring the astral plane around these bases. And she said she was able to get in and around the base for a little bit, but then she met somebody in the astral plane. They kicked her out. They were like beating her up in the astral plane and kicking her out. And she had to like do all these maneuvers to make sure that this guy didn't follow her home and figure out who she was. So it could be that this dude is like an astral surfer, man. He's just going around, hanging out, chilling with people in dreams. There's this game that kids play. It's called Animal Crossing, and you can go to other people's islands in dreams and just check out their island and hang out. Just because you're interested and you're bored. Maybe that's what this guy's doing. Maybe he's just bored and just wants to go hang out with other people, see what they're dreaming about, and maybe protect them. The dream imitation theory is the second to last one. It's a scientific psychosocial theory which claims that the phenomenon has arisen casually and has progressively developed by imitation. Basically, when people are exposed to a phenomenon, they become so deeply impressed that they start seeing the man in their dreams. It's kind of like that 100 monkey theory, you know, like once 100 monkeys do something, like the rest of them do it. Although that theory's kind of been proven and disproven. So I don't know about that. Daytime recognition theory. This theory states that, and this is the last theory, states that the apparitions of this man are purely casual. Normally, we do not remember precisely the faces we see in our dreams. The image of this man would thus be an instrument with which the subject's waking life facilitates the recognition of undefined images. So it's just kind of like a psychological construct. It's what they're saying. Okay, so we've gotten through the theories. We've gotten through what this man is, or what people have reported they see. He's in the news. He's on television, books, manga, tattoos, people's dreams. Hundreds of thousands of people state they see this man. He's got his own website. What do you guys think he is? It's time for my theory. All right, so my theory is that, let's pull him up again on the photo here. So this man right here, this man, Mr. Man. My theory is that this dude could be an astral traveler. This dude could be somebody who wants to go visit people in their dreams. Could be. But since so many people have had him in their dreams and he's not spoken with them in certain dreams, and it's the same face, and this is like hundreds of people, either if this is a person that's capable of psychologically entering people's dreams and just visiting with them, he's visited hundreds of thousands of people. That would be a lot for one person, right? Let's admit it. So could it be that this man's face shows up in people's dreams, but it's actually multiple different entities interacting with people for their own reasons? That might be more likely, only because of the sheer amount of different people that have reported this man. And it's the same face. If it's multiple faces, you know, okay, now we're talking about multiple entities. But the same face over and over again projected into people's minds is easy to do, especially for some species like the reptilians, or the mantids or the greys, where they can project things into your mind. It's easy in an astral level or the subconscious level where you're dreaming. That's easy to do. So here we have it. We have this man. It's a very interesting concept. We went through the theories. It is what it is. There's lots of photos, lots of different images of him. They all seem to be the same. They don't seem to be from the same artist. There's tons of fan art, tons of news. If I click on news, I can kind of show you a few things here. You can see there's tons of articles. Tons of articles. I'm going to put my hand up here, see if it helps this. But there's tons of articles, tons of places where you can click. There's a book. This man becomes real in this video. A Photoshop guy made him. So here's somebody talking about him on their YouTube channel. I mean, he's even a meme over here. I mean, it's bizarre. So what do you guys think? I'll put a poll up in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Love to hear if you guys have had a this man dream. That would be interesting too. So hopefully I'll be able to upload this video. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. Otherwise we'll do it on the audio. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally, following through on your hobbies and your goals and dreams, whatever they may be. Please like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. It just helps the podcast grow, and that's what we're trying to do. It's definitely challenging with the algorithm these days. So we want to push it. We want to push it, and I'm just asking for you to do that. To take action for our podcast. And, and I'm praying and thinking about you guys and meditating for you guys too. I want you guys to be well, taking care of yourselves, and it's just a cyclical community that we have. We have a great community. We have a lot of people engaging, a lot of people communicating to me what they'd like to see and what they'd like to hear, and we will bring you the podcast that you want. So leave a comment, reach out to Lockdown Universe on Facebook. You can do it on Messenger. You can do it on Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasters. So check it out, man. Check out the websites and all that. Love to hear what you guys think. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves, and Lockdown Universe is out.